Hi, I'm Mandy Feely Swain, and I am your host. My guest today is my friend Jimmy Shibhani.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I heard you're the expert. I am not the expert at podcasts. I hear you are a resident expert.
Well, I've dabbled in it a few times with friends, so.
Good. Well, then good. You can just coach me right on through. So it's fun to be here in person together.
Yes.
And Jimmy and I have been friends for, going on
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years. And I've watched your business kind of just flourish and grow. And why don't we just start there? When you came on, you'd been managing somewhere and then you were like, okay, and you were running for mayor.
Yes, correct.
So your life was very different than it is now.
It is, yes. But everything happens for a reason.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
If I was to win that election 6 years ago, I probably wouldn't be here as a top producer and everything else. So previously I was a branch manager for a credit union for 3 years, and I ran the most successful branch in its all the other branches that we had for that company. So that was exciting. And then I had some friends that worked in the mortgage business, and they're like, hey, you should come do this. You'd be really good.
Friend Lane Lowry.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I kind of him and hawed on it for a while, and finally just decided to call Lane back because he can be very annoying with those phone calls.
Yes. On the right day, the right thing happens, and you're ready for a change.
Yeah, the stars aligned perfectly for me. So.
Yeah. And so then you came on board, and you kind of had to just start over because you were doing mortgages, but you were also managing. So you kind of had to start your origination business really almost from scratch.
Correct.
So talk about that. Like if somebody's new and going to take the chance on themselves, because you bet on you.
Yeah, it was definitely, you go from working inside a branch where the people just come in to having your own brick and mortar where nobody walks in.
Yeah.
Is a game changer for not the right reasons. So just having to get out there and talk to realtors. I kind of label myself as the guy that can get the hard stuff done.
Yeah.
Because when you look at other loan companies, we all offer the same products.
Right.
So what sets you apart from your competitors? Other than sometimes interest rates could vary here and there. So for me, it was more about, I work nights, weekends, holidays, whatever to get the deal done, because I know my competitors
maybe you're closed
are 9 to 5 Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And they say imitation's the best form of flattery. Well, now some of my competitors advertise that now.
Yeah.
That they were working weekends. So that was my big thing, was just,
availability.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about your town, because it's kind of a dynamic town. It's small. You grew up there.
Yep.
So you knew a lot of people. You didn't win the mayoral election, which would have set you on this different path. And so instead you pivoted and you became the president of the Chamber of Commerce. Yeah?
Yes, correct.
And I swear to you people, he is famous in his town. He is famous in his town, and I think that if you're in a small town, I think that that's super important, and you're very involved in your community. Mm-hmm. And that's been a big part of your business, right?
Yeah, I think so. To just rewind a little bit, when I first got into the business, knowing that I knew so many people, and at that point I was already on the city council, I really thought, I got this in the bag. This will be a piece of cake, because so many people have entrusted me with their finances in the banking business for 12 years that this should be super easy. To find out, I probably went my first 6 months without a paycheck. Easy. It was difficult.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just squeaky wheeling with realtors, just stopping in every day, hey, you guys have anything that is getting denied or anything like that? It's kind of
just really consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody's starting out, your advice is just keep grinding, because it will come if you keep doing the right things, right?
Absolutely.
And then you had some success. You started closing loans. You started getting a paycheck.
Yep.
You went through the phase of co-marketing and spending money, and that was kind of painful on you, because that cost you more maybe than it was worth.
It was, and this business is all about lessons learned.
Yeah, I agreed. If you have not learned any lessons, friends, you should. Then you haven't done enough loans, maybe.
Absolutely. So for me, I was doing the co-marketing stuff, and it would start off great for a while, and then when you're hemorrhaging $3,000 to $4,000 a month and you're not seeing a return on your investment, that's where the hard conversation has to come in with your realtor partners, and either you cut ties on that as a mutual decision, or the hard decisions like, hey, look, I need more of your business, not just from this referral source we have.
Right.
So that's kind of,
I would agree. I think if you're co-marketing, you need to have better expectation setting with your partners, because for a loan officer, you can't bank on those leads being closed transactions for you, right? And so I think that was a lesson you learned. And then you've pivoted your business away, and now here you are. Well, a couple of things. I've got some questions, which I think is super fantastic. So in 2021 to today, maybe your mindset shifted, and I think that, what was that shift in your mindset?
Yeah. So the big thing is getting out of my own head. Like, I would self-compromise myself way too many times. As you may know, I mean, you're also my boss.
Yeah. Well, and
my mentor.
We're friends, and I think that I can't remember what year it was. You came to me and you're like, I'm sick of being like just mediocre in the mortgage business, and I want to be great in the mortgage business. And you said, will you coach me? And I said, yes, but I'm kind of an a-hole when it comes to coaching. Like I am an accountability partner that actually holds you accountable, which is a crazy concept, right? So I don't know if that was 21 or shortly after that, or when it was.
I want to say it was 21 is when I asked you, but it was going to go into effect in 22. And I remember telling my wife, like, this is going to suck. And she was like, what do you mean? I said, I'm a former branch manager. Like, my job is to hold the people I coach, to hold them accountable.
Yeah, at the credit union.
Yeah. And so going into this, I was like, oh, she's going to kick my butt. Like, but you're also, the boss. So it's like, I can't disappoint you. Yeah. So I have to like keep doing everything you ask of me. Well, and not just to improve, like to make you happy, but also to make a better
goals.
Life. Yes. Yeah, for myself.
Goals. Yeah. It was a definite decision on your part. You go, gosh, if I would have worked this hard in 20 and 21, I would have been a baller, man.
Yeah.
And you didn't. It's interesting because a lot of loan officers had a harder time transitioning when the taper tantrum of 22 happened, but you were kind of starting to get on your roll then. It was fun to watch you and watch. I think it was Q4. You came in screaming hot. I can't remember.
I think I closed like 30 loans that year, just in that last 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what happened? I mean, there was a shift in your mindset, I think, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Between the shift of the mindset and to just doing everything, practice what we preach and doing that. But then it was finding that self-confidence in myself that I can do this, and just doing it consistently is the important part, not just doing it when I feel like it, not just when it's a fourth quarter of the fiscal year. Like, that's always the joke. It's like, oh, it must be the fourth quarter of the year because Jimmy's starting to crank out loans.
Crank it,
yeah. So for me, the biggest thing was just the mindset.
Well, and let's talk about this, because I think that you had some personal stuff happen in your life, and we talked a lot about, when I was coaching you, we talked a lot about having to mentally separate or kind of compartmentalize things so that you could still show up for yourself and your business. Absolutely. And show up for your family. And I think that was at least for me, watching you grow, that's one place in your life I watched you elevate. Yeah.
I mean, 22 was supposed to be the year. Like, everything was going to take off for me, because we had just finished the 2021, where I was starting to really pick up my business and confident in myself. And 22 was rolling great until my mom passed away in November of 22. Actually, it'd be 3 years this Wednesday. Mm-hmm. So that affected me a little bit. I was able to keep the train on the tracks probably for half the year into 23, maybe a little bit longer, and then the wheels fell off. I just started jeopardizing relationships, being very toxic, and not having a hard time finding my way back. I kind of just went down the rabbit hole of darkness, and it was really difficult. I ruined some business relationships with realtors I had. And so one of my very good friends who's a realtor, and she used to work with my mom when I was a kid at the elementary school. She's like, Jimmy, like when you're on your game, you are hands down the best loan officer I've ever met. She goes, but right now you're not even the 5th best loan officer. And I'm like,
somebody that's loved you since you were a kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she's like, and this was like a Thursday afternoon, we had this conversation in her office. And she's like, I don't know if you need to take the rest of the week off, you know, but you need to, I don't care if you have to go to your mom's grave and have a conversation with mom to get this train back on its tracks. And so I'm like, okay. So I did take the rest of the week off, but I did take my laptop because loans still have to move forward. Yeah. So I just had a lot of self-reflection that weekend. And then that weekend, I'm not a person that dreams. Like I sleep hard. I don't sleep a lot.
Yeah.
And then I had a dream, and my mom came in my dream. And I don't think you've ever heard this story.
I have
before.
not. So this is.
So you might need your Kleenexes for both of us.
I have none in here, so let's go.
So I had a dream, and my mom came in my dream, and the first thing was I got a big hug. Like I felt it in my heart in my dream.
Yeah, you felt warm and.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she told me, you know, I'm not in pain no more. Like, you're good.
Yeah.
Like, just everything's gonna be fine for you. Like, I'm in a good spot. And someone in the dream came up and grabbed her arm and said, it's time to go. And I woke up crying like a baby.
Yeah.
Like, it just, and then from there, when that Monday rolled around, I was like, LFG.
Yeah.
Like, it's time.
Well, that was the release you needed to let go of that pain maybe you were hanging on to.
Yeah.
Associated with the loss of your mom.
Yeah. And then so 24 had a good year. And then now it's really different.
Yeah. Well,
for the better.
Let's talk about 24 because, you know, one of the crazy ideas I came up with was Origination Boost to just, because I get that question a lot, like, Mandy, how have you continued to succeed in your career and seen success? And really it's just doing all the hard things that maybe another originator won't do consistently or just won't do for a 40-hour work week, right? Yeah. I mean, top producers have 40-hour plus work weeks.
Oh, yeah.
And I think in 24, you became one of our first recipients of our Origination Boost Award winners and won a trip to Jamaica. That was super fun. Yes. And this year, you're now a top producer here at PMR. But let's talk about why you decided to commit last year. And because I think that even shifted from 23, right? So your mom passed. Then you went through that hard phase and then you were like, let's effing go. And I don't think that you took your foot off the gas all year in order to hit those. And you closed 40 units that year. And I think this year you're on track to close 80 or like maybe double your production or something close to that. And so it's pretty awesome. But yeah, let's talk about Origination Boost and just like why that helped you.
Yeah. So when we had the app come out last year, kind of a little bit before that in 23, we started doing like the Power 2 hours calling people.
Yep.
And I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. Like,
I don't want to.
I'm not done.
I will just call when I want to call.
Exactly. I'm not dialing for dollars.
Yeah.
I did that for the banks. We'd have our call night set up every once a month and call people like, hey, just let you know you're pre-approved for a Visa Master or a Master credit card, whatever.
Put that down.
Yes. So I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, you can ask me to do a lot of things, but I'm not cold calling. And then it's like, okay, I gotta rethink this. You're a phenomenal team. As many loans as they close, your team is still using the app, doing the calls, and the business continues to grow for you guys. JC Poole, who's a phenomenal person and a great loan officer, her team's doing it. So it's like, well, shit. Like
these top originators are actually doing they're being accountable to themselves.
Yes.
I mean, the app basically gives you a score based on the task that we think that I essentially set out that I think loan officers need to do, and then they're accountable to themselves. It really keeps score, for yourself. Nobody wants to go to a football game if there's no scoreboard, right? Yeah. And this is like a scoreboard for mortgage and for your week, right? To see how you lined up, and it's very mundane, boring things that need done. Yes. But
at the end of the day, I'm doing the work already. If you just need to look at your phone with the app to realize, oh yeah, I mean, I did make 10 phone calls a day or text messages to business partners or customers, whatever the case may be. And so then you don't even realize you're doing all this. It's just documenting it in your phone. And it's like having Mandy in your phone. You're holding yourself accountable. And we do have the coachings available where loan officers are also helping people.
Yeah, you're a mentor now, and to help pay it forward, right?
Absolutely.
And that's been very cool to watch.
Yeah.
You share your message of how you've continued to grow your business and how somebody else can do that. And I encourage people, if you've had success in this business and you're listening, pay it forward, right?
Absolutely.
I think that's key.
Yeah, I'm right now I'm working with 3 people. So on top of being a top producer, just working with 3 awesome people.
He never sleeps.
No.
So yeah.
Nope, I never sleep. I probably go to bed about 2 a.m. and wake up about 6, 7.
So has your business partners that you work with, have you found that those consistent touch points, that's making it, because you're doing them kind of every week, whether you're calling them or snail mailing them something or emailing or texting. I mean, I feel like that's probably made a big difference in your business too.
It has. I think the biggest thing, I'm probably with my business partners, I'm an over communicator, but they love that. I rather call someone than text. It's just, I feel like that's how I am. I just feel it's more personable than a text. Now, if I know they tell me they're super busy today and I have to send them an update on a file, then I'll send a text. But I like to have that conversation with someone to continue to grow a relationship together.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this. So Jimmy got really busy this year, which was awesome, but it created another problem. So it created another problem because your agents, because you said, I'm going to make it so that I drop by every week and I go see these people, and all of a sudden you got busy, and so you stopped stopping by to see people. And so if you are in a town like Jimmy is, Mountain Home, Idaho, and you can actually stop by and see human beings, the whites of their eyes in an office, do that. We encourage that. But they even called you out on it, right?
They did. Yeah. So with being as busy as I am, I'm pretty much tied to my office or tied to a computer. Might be at home or in my office. So it was just, I was talking to one of my preferred realtors and I was like, hey, let me come in and do a meeting because it's hard for me right now to pop in and see all 4 of your realtors where I can just sit down. We can have an open discussion at a table like this where, everybody just sits down and kind of go over an update of what's going on in the market. And she's like, yeah, I would love that. And so we have our meeting. I said, guys, please understand, if I'm not here to pop in like I was, it's because I'm very busy. It's not like I wouldn't want to come see you guys for an hour and just talk everything under the sun with you, whether it's mortgage or life, whatever. But I am working hard for my customers and your customers because I am working with some of them.
Yeah.
Like, please just don't think I'm ignoring you because I'm not around.
I think you told me Mandy, I noticed that they hadn't been referring me because I wasn't stopping in.
Yep.
And then after you did that conversation and you told them why you weren't stopping in, things changed, right?
Yeah. I mean, within 24 hours of that meeting, I had 3 leads and we converted them in applications and we closed those 3 deals for them. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like how many more loans could I close if I would have just made that phone call a month or 2 sooner?
Sometimes it's just really, I think that we get in our own head or get busy or whatever. And the little things we were doing, we stopped doing.
Yeah.
And they're the game changers.
Absolutely.
But I applaud you for saying, why am I not getting business? And then circling back and just setting that expectation with them. Like, I'm still here. I'm working really hard for your customers. I'm in my building.
Yeah.
I'm not in a beach chair drinking, Mai Tai. Exactly. I'm actually in my building working for you and your customers, and I want that. I want to do that.
Yep.
So I think that was really important, and that's an important message. If you're not getting the business maybe from a referral partner that you had been, it's totally fair game to have that conversation with them, right?
Yeah. Sometimes it's that got to eat gotta eat a little crow every once in a while when you're not around. But I also, I did have some family things going on. So over the last, almost 3 years, I've been taking care of my dad, who is not able to walk anymore. So, there's a lot of irons in the fire. So I've just been pulled different ways, but the same Jimmy with a big heart, taking care of family members. But the mindset of the Jimmy of years ago is not there no more. I'm more driven on this. So, taking care of my family and my wife and continue to grow my business. The mental part of it has been way better than it was in the years past.
Well, I think what I saw you do is, they would have been the Jimmy I used to know, and I adore you both ways, by the way. The Jimmy I used to know would have struggled to just make his day happen on days dad was having a hard time, or the days you had to take dad to the hospital. Now you take dad to the hospital and you take your laptop, you work, you stop in home office, you'll work from here and then go pick up dad, whatever it is, right? You found a way to balance that. So you don't have kids, but you've had parents that are ailing and you had to take care of them, and you're like an only child. So you are the guy.
I always joke around with my friends, like the first 41 years of being an only child was awesome. The last 4 years have sucked. Because there's no one else to help out with or push a parent on to a sibling.
And I think that, mindset is everything when it comes to heart, right? It's if you want to win in your business and you want to win in your personal life, it's going to be harder.
Right? It is, yeah.
You're going to have to go faster, work longer hours, put more grit in. I think that you've figured out how to find that. And if somebody's listening and they're struggling with that, what's your advice if they're struggling with that?
I think the biggest thing is that helps it out is to find something that makes you happy while doing it. For me, it's helping people. So, like, a lot of my customers are always excited to be able to be a first-time home buyer. And a good portion of the customers I work with have probably already been turned down from another lender. So I'm their last resort. So this also helps in the relationship with realtors.
Right.
Because they know I'm getting all the hard stuff done that other lenders can't do. Builds that relationship to just, you know what, I'm going to just send all my customers to you, not just the hard ones.
Yeah.
So I think that helps. And so I think
you're involved in your community, you do bingo, you're in the Elks Club, you do bingo, you're a big bowler. And I think one of my things when I was coaching you was, oh, super, you're bowling again. Fantastic. Are you sponsoring the pizza by Premier Mortgage Resources, by Jimmy, and he was like, no, that's crazy. I never even thought of that, and I think you were like, I think for you were like, why didn't I think of that? Right.
Yeah, it was so, I did the pizza thing and it was a huge success. I think I did get one deal from it. So
it paid for the pizza.
Spending $200 on pizza for all the bowlers was well worth it. But yeah, it was just a game changer. Just to think outside the box, little things like that. But like when I used to go call bingo, I always have my custom made PMR shirt with my logo on the back, phone number, just to have a conversation.
Yeah, your own branding, not maybe the company branding. And that if you're listening to this, get to a company. It doesn't have to be PMR, but get to a company that.
Well, we hope it is.
That's your pitch for the day. But get to a company that lets you brand yourself, right? Because in your town, it's really not about the name on the door so much as it is about, obviously, operations counts. In the end of the day, if you don't have operations, you have nothing really in this business. Absolutely. But I think that self-branding is important.
Yeah, I think it's an important piece. So all my shirts do have the PMR logo on the front, but my name is on the back. And I'm a big sports enthusiast. So for me, I always play for the name in the front of the jersey, not the name on the back. It's just having my name on the back sometimes helps people having a face to a name.
Yeah.
Everybody hears about Jimmy Schapani, but now when they see my face, like, you're Jimmy Schapani.
Yeah, I keep seeing your name everywhere.
Right, exactly. And so it's just having that little bit of brand awareness goes a long way, whether you're in a small town like Mount Home that's 16,000 or a smaller town than Mountain Home or a really big town, depending on how much you want to be able to advertise.
So they want me to ask you about, business planning and business planning tools and how that's changed your trajectory of your business, and just laying it down every year and writing it down and being
hold myself accountable throughout the year. Yes. I think the important thing when I've done business planning in the past, I always come up with this grandiose number of like, I'm going to close 90 units this year. And I closed 40. This will probably be the first year where I will hit like 90. And I was only planning for 63.
And by the way, friends, when he got to his goal for top producer at PMR at 60, whatever your company is, he would have been like, he's like, man, I'm just going to take the rest of the year off. I said, I will take a boot up your butt. If you don't do it, I'm coming to Mountain Home, and it's going to happen, because you're made for more than that, friends.
Absolutely.
If you hit your goal, your parents didn't have you to be okay or fine, or, Jimmy's the only child, so he's like the pinnacle of children, right? And so I think, it's important if to remember that you didn't wake up to be okay or fine. You woke up to be great and do great things. So if you've won, don't take your foot off the gas. Yeah. And so I tease, and Jimmy did not do that. He did not stop. But your business plan this year, so in years past, you're like, I'm going to do 90 units. And this year you were like, I am going to be a top producer. I think you told Corey Swain, I'm not going on the trip. I'm origination boosting. I'm doing my logging, all the things. But I'm not going to go on the trip. It was like punishment. I'm not going to go on the trip unless I hit 60 units as a top producer at PMR. Let's get back to business planning, and then let's ask why you had to lay that down for yourself,
So I set a goal of 63 this year. And I felt that was realistic because that's only 20 more, about 22 more loans than I did the year prior. And I just felt like I was on, once again, it's the fourth quarter. And I'm doing well.
Q1 better than you have.
I did start Q1 last year better. One of the things in my business plan in the years past was I want a month with no zeros.
Oh, good.
Because, 2 years ago, I think I had 3 months of no loans closings. Month before that, I had 5, or a year before that, I had 5. So every year, like, my goal is to have a year of no zeros.
No zeros.
So last year, I think I had 1 or 2 months of zeros, and it's like, dang it, like this, so I'm using the app. I'm doing everything we've talked about over the years. And so it's like, I'm going to treat every month as is the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Just a different mindset.
Yeah.
And I think my smallest month this year was 3 closings, and that was in February.
Yeah.
But other than that, every month has been phenomenal. My one goal throughout the business plan was to have a $3 million month. I've had a couple $2 million months throughout the years, or not a couple, a few. So it was just like, I want to hit a $3 million. Well, last month I did almost 5 million. I skipped over the 3, almost skipped over 4 and hit 5. So,
well, and I think just being intentional, writing it down and having that muscle memory that you've actually physically committed to yourself. Don't you think that that's important?
It's very important. And you also need to review your business plan. If you get off kilter sometimes, either you need to review it daily, weekly, monthly, whatever you need to do to read those words that you wrote. It's not Mandy that wrote it for me or Corey or anybody else. I wrote those words. Those are the expectations I'm holding accountable to myself.
Yeah.
So my business plan, like if this is my keyboard, my business plan, if you went to my office right now, is sitting right by my keyboard.
Yeah.
And I have it open to the closings each month that I want to have.
Yeah.
And I write the actual number of the month I closed for that.
Well, and let's talk about that because, and I want to get back to the 60 and no vacation, no top producer trip unless you got it. But if you're out there, I think some months before you started doing business plan, you're like, I'm going to close 90 loans, but you never thought about what the upline looked like. Like how many leads you needed, how many actual people you needed to apply on your point of sale, how many people, actually got to underwriting. We use Accelerate, our TBD approval system, and how many of those folks got to actually send you all the documents to get approval. And then subsequently, they go in contract, and then how many of those close. And I think sometimes, I think that partly for me, what was helpful is actually looking at it and breaking down my goal by month.
Yeah.
And then backing into it to see, gosh, how many leads, how many, point of sale applications do I need? Do you feel like that's important too for people that are out there? Like, they want to close 60 units, but how do you do that?
What does that look like?
Yeah. And you got to start back at the beginning, right?
Yeah. I mean, and we're pretty, like, we break it down to a day.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even just a monthly goal of closings. Like, we start there. We actually start at the year. Yeah. Like, how many loans do you want to close? Yeah. And then we break it down all the way through, like, how many per month, and then how many applications that look like. And we have, for the LOs that have been here for at least a year, we have the data. So you can see your percentages of how many applications it took to close that many loans per month. So you can get that down to an infinite number of, this is how many applications I need to take a week
in order
to get there for the month.
Yeah.
And then you continue to do that. That's how you continue to grow your business each month. And an application a day always keeps Corey Swain away. So I'm good with it.
That's so funny. So let's talk about the deal you made with Corey Swain, because it was kind of like a man handshake, I think. It was like,
it happened in Jamaica.
It was like, I will not go on the trip in this.
Yeah. So Corey and I were somewhere when we were in Jamaica, and he's like, just letting you know, you're not coming here with 40 closings next year. Got it. Like, that's.
I thought he told you. I thought you told him.
No, he told me.
Oh yeah, because he knows you were made to rise and originate and do more than you had, and
absolutely.
So that's very cool.
Yeah, he's like, you ain't coming here with just 40 loans next year.
Well, sometimes you need a friend that believes in you and knows you can do more, right?
Yeah, I mean, and Corey and I had a conversation last year, and it was just talking about, about possibly recruiting people to be on my team. And he's like, the good LOs also read guidelines instead of reaching out to Mandy all the time or stuff like that. Like, he's like, people evolve to get better as they read the manuals, whether it's VA, FHA, conventional. Yeah. And so I actually took that to heart last year, and I started reading more of the guidelines instead of just going to Mandy or
scenario desk
or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So I've been really working on that piece always now.
Well, I feel like what you're telling me is you've got to continue to learn and grow as an originator in your business in order to get where you are.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever stopped learning now over the last the 3 years.
The LFG, since the dream and the LFG, let's go.
Yep.
I don't think that you've stopped learning. I feel like you've really been, and you've been willing to learn. I think that's a difference. So now you're coaching. So this aha, insightful moment that you're like, okay, I'm going to help others. I feel like being a coach makes you have more pressure to perform, to continue to show that you're worthy of being that. Absolutely. I think, at least for me, it was.
Yeah.
So I don't do it for myself. I do it for those others around me. But I think that what's been an aha moment for you, or a memorable moment that you've seen from those folks that you've kind of paid it forward and helped coach?
Yeah, I think it'd have to be Sandra.
Uh-huh.
Jess does a great job in Pocatello, and I think for him it was just more of an accountability partner that he needed.
Yeah.
Every person needs something different.
Yeah.
So it's not a cookie cutter.
Yeah.
So with Sandra, she was brand new to us earlier this year. I would say, I think like March or April, and she's only been in the business for 2 years, and she was in LA. So very similar to what I was doing.
Yeah.
She hadn't built her
own business, so she just started fresh, really, this year, and she's crushed life.
She has, and I was joking with her.
Her deals, I thought my loans were hard. Her loans are harder though.
Yeah, same here. Like I always, like I said, I'm always the guy that can get the hard stuff done, but
she has hard loans.
I'm like, oof, like
she
this
helps
is
a lot of deserving families get home loans, though.
And so for her, it's just watching her grow, And I told her, I'm like, next year you're going to be teaching me.
Yeah.
Like, no longer is the student, the student, you're going to be the teacher teaching me.
Well, that's why
because she's just doing awesome.
You're kind of both. You like to be on the field and be a coach, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. So seeing her growth and her self-confidence in this year.
What's the best advice you gave her, do you think, that helped her?
One thing, she was kind of helping on the weekends, like an insurance office.
Mm-hmm.
I said, when your business continues to grow, you're going to have to stop that. I had to do that as far as volunteering. I volunteer a lot. And I probably volunteered too much over the years at other organizations, whether it's the Chamber, the Elks, and just really had to step back from that and focus on my business.
Yeah.
And when you start focusing more on your business will grow.
Right.
Good point. Sandra has seen that. Last week she messaged me and she's like, I've taken 7 applications today, 4 over the phone or whatever. I'm like, oh, I only took 4. Like, I got to catch up. I got like 4 more hours before midnight to catch up to you.
Yeah, giddy up. Well, I think that's a really interesting point that you make there, that you kind of have to, if you really want to, rise and originate more business. I think that the biggest thing to do in that, one, mindset, right? That's key. But 2, shut all the doors. Don't put yourself in a box, shut all the doors, and no plan B.
Yeah.
You like rip the rearview mirror off. There's no plan B. I'm just going. I'm going ahead.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when originators have too many doors, whether it's volunteering and giving back, which I applaud you because that's huge.
But that doesn't pay
there's
the bills.
A balance. Yeah, it does not pay the bills. And by the way, he still volunteers a ton. I've seen the man volunteer a lot and then work at the office until 1 a.m. because he volunteered all day. But you didn't you found a balance there to get it both done. But also, I see originators that are like, well, I'm going to work a part-time job and I'm going to try to do this. There's a problem with that. I get that you need to pay your bills, but at some point, like you did, that first 6 months were rough. You're like, okay, so what I'd recommend you do is get enough savings, money in the bank that you can pay your bills, because you need to shut all the doors. You need to put yourself in a box and shut the doors.
Yeah, you have to. It's when you get to that point of like, I really want to be a mortgage loan officer, not so much this other business or a company that I work for. It's time to fish or cut bait. Like, and if this is what you want to do for a living, then you have to be all in. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out in this business, because if you do, you don't look that knowledgeable to a realtor because you're not doing it that often.
Well, and when they need you, you're not available.
Correct.
Right. And so they kind of know you're half in, half out.
Yep.
And so I think good referral partners come from being all in in your business for home buyers and American Dream, right?
Yeah. I've met customers on Thanksgiving Day. I've taken an application on Christmas Eve, like in person, all this. So, I mean, it's really how much all in do you want to be?
Yeah, and I think you can put boundaries and buffers on that. You need to for your life, but I do think that for us, it's for both of us, we're all in, and that's what I saw you after. And it's funny you talked about that dream, because you've never told me that, but I think that it was a game changer that day.
It was, and it's what I needed, and I couldn't have been more blessed to have that dream. Like I said, I don't dream that much, and it's been the only dream I've had with my mom in it.
Yeah.
This whole time.
She knew you needed her, and I know my dad's gone, and I know that the veil is very thin, and I thank God that someday I'll get to see him again, and you'll get to see your mom, and I feel very blessed for that reason. Yeah. Well, congratulations on, I think Jimmy will end up with 73 closed transactions in a town of 16,000. So if you think your town's little, ask Jimmy. His town is little, and he's still winning, and helping those homeowners in his area helps your town be better, right? And I think that what the service that loan officers do is really important, and you helped a lot of families this year, and so that's rewarding in itself.
And I'm looking forward to next year. Like, our business plan's in a couple weeks, so I'm excited for that. I'm really struggling on trying to figure out a number for that, because this year's not over yet. I think I'll be I have a couple goals when I did my business plan this year. 2 were kind of not realistic at the time. Was like 1 hit 63, Okay. Did that. Now I want to get to 82 because I did 41 loans.
Well, yeah, and sometimes, friends, if you're listening, that requires you to do some reinventing of yourself or tweaking of your old plan. If your old plan worked in concept, and that we require our crew to have 3 strategies. So if you are out there and you're wondering, like, how do I even put this business plan together? Mandy's not going to coach me through a business plan. I encourage you to have 3 strategies for your business at least, but no more than 5, because you can't chase that many bunnies.
No,
it's hard to get. You might have multiple sources, but those are subsequent sources to the majority of your business. And so 3 areas that I would consider would be database, builder business, and realtors. And start there, and then build action items with dates around them, right? Dates are super critical.
When you're going to execute these by.
Right, each of the things in order to hit those strategies. So if you're like out there wondering, how do I do this for myself? I would encourage you to have 3 strategies with defined action items with each of those in order to win in the business, right? Absolutely. And then tweak it.
Yeah, it's got to be tweaked. And even if you don't hit your goal, you need it, if the 90th midway point of the year is way out of the question, you need how many have I closed so far year to date? Let's tweak this, and what is a realistic number at this point to finish the year with?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened to me last year. I got not even halfway there by the end of December last year.
Yeah.
So like I said, this year, I got to my 63. 82 was the goal. I think I'm going to pass it by the end of this month. So then it's can I hit 100?
Yeah.
That's going to be one hell of a month. That's 17 closings for December. But and if I don't hit 100 this year, then I guess that'll be my goal next year.
Yeah. And in closing, you might have what we call, a swag, scientific wild ass guess. I mean, it is a little bit, when you're business planning, we are in a market that is impacted by the economics, the decisions made nationally, the administration, all of these things mortgage business has. And so you still have to lay your plan down. And if you get to the middle of the year, like Jimmy said, and you're not quite where you want to be, we recommend you pivot a little bit, or you double down and you figure out what you haven't been doing that you need to be doing in order to accomplish and finish the year strong. And so tell us in closing, what's one way you applaud your own wins? What do you do for yourself? Something fun.
So anytime I beat a personal best, I go out and buy myself something. So the very first thing I did, I bought a pair of Air Jordan 1s.
Yeah. Cool.
They're about $200. And then last year, I think I beat a $2 million month that I had previous. And so I bought myself a $400 cologne.
Yeah, right on.
I haven't figured out what I was going to buy myself this month yet, or for the October month, but I haven't figured that one out yet.
Well, applaud your wins, friends, because some days in this business, those are more important. Those personal wins.
They're hard to come by.
Yeah, they are hard. They're well deserved, and sometimes it's about more than the paycheck. Sometimes it's more about that I did everything I committed to do and got those done on a daily basis, and that's really what Origination Boost does. Is just applaud your wins daily, so you can see that you are doing the little things that equal the paycheck. If you start here and you do the little things, you can get to the paycheck. The paycheck is a product of the little things.
And that's kind of my thing, is my mentality is I want to help as many families as possible. The check will take care of itself.
Yeah,
it's just an easier mindset, because when I first got in this business, I was so focused on I gotta make money, that you can't close any loans when you're focused on your paycheck.
Yeah, if you're focused on scarcity, to your point earlier, you're putting negative juju out to the universe, and that's what comes back. If you're focused on scarcity, that's what you're going to get back. So applaud your wins, friends, like Jimmy does. Yeah, maybe you need some Air Jordans, and so if you hit your goal, or you hit, you knock it out the park, go buy some Air Jordans, or get yourself that cologne you've always wanted to have as an adult that you never were going to get as a child.
Absolutely.
And anyways, thank you for joining us today on Rise and Originate. My good friend, Jimmy, and he's an awesome human that just happens to do home loans.
I try.